Hey everyone, and welcome back to Fix and Cruise. Have you ever been driving, minding your own business, when you suddenly see that dreaded temperature needle creeping into the red? Or maybe you've noticed a mysterious puddle under your car or a strange whining sound coming from the engine bay that just wasn't there yesterday. These can be stressful signs, and one of the most common culprits is a component that's small, often hidden, but absolutely vital to your engine's health: the water pump. Today, we're going to break down the 5 classic symptoms of a failing water pump. Knowing these signs can save you from a roadside breakdown, a tow truck bill, and most importantly, catastrophic engine damage. So grab your coffee. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on more car maintenance tips. Let's get under the hood and figure this out. What it is and where it is. Before we get to the symptoms, let's quickly cover what this thing actually does. Think of your engine's cooling system like the circulatory system in your body. Your engine is the muscle, creating a ton of heat. The coolant, or antifreeze, is the blood, designed to absorb that heat. And the water pump? That's the heart. Its one and only job is to continuously pump that coolant through the engine block, the cylinder head, the heater core, and to the radiator to get cooled down before starting the cycle all over again. Without it, your engine would overheat and self-destruct in a matter of minutes. So, where do you find it? Well, that depends on your car. There are 2 main locations. On many engines, the water pump is driven by the main serpentine belt, right here on the front of the engine. It's usually pretty easy to spot and, relatively speaking, easier to replace. But on other engines, it's hidden behind the timing cover and driven by the timing belt or timing chain. This is a much bigger job, and it's why we always say, if you're replacing your timing belt, replace the water pump at the same time. It's cheap insurance. Alright, now that we know what it is and where it is, let's dive into the 5 warning signs. Symptom number 1, coolant leak. Symptom number 1 is the most common and the most obvious: a coolant leak. Now, this isn't just any leak. A failing water pump leaks from a very specific spot. See this little hole? This is called a weep hole. Inside the pump, there's a shaft with bearings and a seal. The seal is what keeps the coolant on the wet side and the bearings on the dry side. When that seal starts to fail, a small amount of coolant is designed to leak out of this weep hole. It's literally a warning signal built into the part. So if you see a puddle of sweet-smelling green, pink, or orange liquid on your driveway, trace it back. If it's coming from the area of the water pump, you've found your problem. Don't ignore it. That small weep will eventually become a major gush. Symptom number 2, engine overheating. This brings us to symptom number 2, the one that gets everyone's attention: your engine is overheating. If the water pump has failed completely, it's no longer circulating coolant. The coolant that's sitting in your engine just gets hotter, and hotter, and hotter, until your engine overheats. This can happen for a few reasons. The bearings could seize up, stopping the pump from spinning at all. Or, on some cheaper pumps, the plastic impeller inside can break or even slip on the shaft, so the pulley is spinning but the blades aren't moving any fluid. If you see that temperature gauge heading for H, or you see steam coming from your engine, pull over as soon as it's safe and shut the car off. I mean it. Trying to limp it home is the fastest way to turn a few $100 water pump job into a several $1,000 engine replacement. Symptom number 3, whining, grinding noise. Symptom number 3 is one you will hear. A high-pitched whining sound from the front of the engine that changes with RPM. That sound is the cry for help from your water pump's bearings. When they wear out, they lose their internal lubrication and start to grind. It often starts as a faint whine, but can quickly turn into a much harsher, grinding or rattling noise, almost like there are marbles rolling around in there. A great way to confirm this is with a mechanic's stethoscope. With the engine running, you can carefully touch the tip to the stationary center bolt of the water pump. If the noise is loudest right there, you've found your culprit. Just be extremely careful around the moving belts and fan. Symptom number 4, wobbly pulley. A noisy bearing is often a key indicator of an issue, and it brings us to symptom number 4, a loose or wobbly pulley. Checking this yourself is quite straightforward. First and foremost, it's crucial to prioritize safety. Before you begin, make sure that the engine is completely turned off and that the keys have been removed from the ignition. Ensuring a safe environment is essential to prevent any accidents. Once you have verified that the engine is off, the next step is to physically examine the water pump pulley. Grab the pulley firmly and attempt to wiggle it back and forth. Pay close attention to how it feels. Symptom number 5, poor heater performance. Finally, we have symptom number 5, and it's one that often gets overlooked, especially in the summer. Your car's heater isn't blowing hot air. You might be thinking, what does the heater have to do with the water pump? Well, your heater works by passing hot engine coolant through a small radiator behind your dashboard called the heater core. A fan then blows air over that hot core and into your cabin. If your water pump is weak and failing, it might not have enough pressure to effectively push the coolant all the way through the heater core. So, you'll get lukewarm or even cold air, even when the engine is at full operating temperature. It's a subtle sign, but if you notice your heat isn't what it used to be, and you have some of these other symptoms, it's another piece of the puzzle pointing to a bad water pump. A properly functioning water pump should exhibit no play at all. It should feel completely stable and rigid. If you can detect any movement or wobble, it suggests that the internal bearings of the water pump are likely worn out or damaged. This is a significant concern and can lead to failure. A wobbly pulley can have serious consequences. It can cause the serpentine belt, which is essential for powering several components in your vehicle, to either shred or detach entirely. If this happens, you won't just lose functionality of the water pump, you'll also lose power steering, making the vehicle harder to control, and the alternator will cease to charge the battery. This scenario results in a trifecta of problems that can leave you stranded or facing an expensive repair bill. Therefore, it's vital to address any issues with the pulley and bearings as soon as they are detected. So there you have it, the 5 major symptoms of a failing water pump. To recap, coolant leaks from the weep hole, engine overheating, a whining or grinding noise, a wobbly pulley, and poor performance from your heater. Ignoring these signs is a gamble you don't want to take. The water pump is a wear and tear item, and it will eventually fail on any vehicle. But by knowing what to look and listen for, you can catch it early and fix it on your own terms, in your own garage, instead of on the side of the highway. I hope this video helps you diagnose your own car with confidence. If you found it useful, do me a huge favor and hit that thumbs up button. And if you've ever had a water pump fail on you, share your story in the comments below. We can all learn from each other. Make sure you're subscribed to Fix and Cruise for more practical tips to keep your ride running smooth. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay safe and keep on cruising.